course, we have to see what's up with the new Hy-Glam concealers and the color corrector from Natasha Denona. First, let's start with the concealers. They're made in Italy, $30 each, which is not bad at all coming from Natasha Denona. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more than 30. And we have 7 ml, 0.25 ounces, which let me tell you that we have a little bit less product in this concealer from Cosas, and it's almost the same price. We also have more product in this concealer from Natasha Denona than this one from Hourglass, and this one from Hourglass, it's more money. If I'm not mistaken, it's like $36. Even in this one from Valentino, we have less product for a little bit more money. So Natasha Denona did very good. When it comes to the price, we can't complain. We have this concealer in 50 shades. That's insane. And in all type of undertones, we have rosy, peach, neutral, yellow, and I really appreciate that because now we can take our time and find the perfect concealer shade, and we don't have to just settle for any shade. The best way for you to pick your right shade is that you're gonna look at your veins. And if your veins are like mine, purple, then you are neutral undertone. If you are my skin tone and you want something that is going to color correct / conceal all at the same time, then always go for peach if you can find peach. Every time I'm able to get peach undertone, I get it, because trust me when I tell you that peach undertones cancel dark circles so much better. And if your veins are blue, then you're gonna be rosy undertones, and if they're olive green, then you're gonna be yellow. So you might look at 50 shades and get overwhelmed and be like, okay, which one do I get? But trust me that it's gonna be very simple for you to pick the right shade. I really like the packaging, the tube. It's really nice, looks expensive, weighty. I like that if you lay it down on the table, it's not going to roll away. We have the Natasha Denona name right there. I like the feeling of the cap. And I also really like that it feels stern and secure. Like for you to open it, you have to twist it. And we know that we're not gonna have a bunch of product leaking out. And also when you take the applicator out of the tube, we have like a little inside protector cap that only allows a certain amount of product to come out at once. I also like the pointed tip applicator. It's gonna give a lot of precision, perfect for little small tight spots like right here, your tear duct, down the bridge of your nose, to clean the contour, your little cubist bowl, and little spots like that. And it's also really delicate, soft, and flexible. I got 2 shades in the concealer, but before I show you which ones they are, let's talk about the color corrector. This is a serum corrector. It's supposed to be the same formula as the concealer, brightening, hydrating, crease proof. It is also $30, made in Italy, and the packaging, it's exactly the same, but we're getting the cap, different color. They're delivering a new full performance formula with advanced skincare properties that they're gonna work instantly, and over time they're gonna help reduce the dark circles, the puffiness, the wrinkles, the fine lines. And it's actually saying that all that is going to get better after 28 days of daily use. Baby, we're using it for 28 days straight up, and I'm gonna let you know if we see any change on the wrinkles, fine lines, dark circles, because 28 days, that sounds promising. I already gave you all the tea. Now let's put this face to work and let's see what's the real deal with this product. Again, I picked up 3 shades, 2 concealers, 1 color corrector. The color corrector that I picked up, it is C4, and I actually thought that it was gonna be more orange than this. I don't know why. I was expecting something a little darker for sure, but this is gonna work. I like colors like this to hide hyperpigmentation, scars, marks, acne, and just little situations like the one that I have right here on my nose that we definitely need some help. I also have right here on my chin. And I'm just gonna start applying a little bit of the color corrector in all the spots that I have darkness right here, a little bit right here, and that's it. It is not fragrance free. I smell a little something, but it's not that strong and it's not bothering me at all. I'm gonna use the BK Beauty brush. This is the 110, and I'm gonna start blending right here on the nose. Wow, look how fast and easy it blended. The formulation, it's really creamy. And you can actually already see the nice luminosity. And one of the things that I'm liking the most is that even though it's really creamy, it feels solid. Like it's not runny or watery or too light. And actually this is giving me a lot more coverage than what I thought I was gonna get. It completely covered the freaking disaster that I have going on my nose. And you don't even have to do too much blending. Just like tap it a little bit. You can even do it with your fingers. Well, you know, we don't use fingers over here. That's why we buy brushes. And I'm telling you right now that this color, it is bomb for color correcting my skin tone. Like if you are my same skin tone and you have a lot of discoloration on your mustache area, this is gonna be fire. And then now I picked up the shade N4, which is light neutral for spot concealing, or to just use it all over my face as foundation like we're doing today. I'm gonna apply a little bit right here. I'm gonna start with a little bit so we can see how much we get. And you see how I don't have to really go back in one time. It gives me basically everything I need. I'm gonna be using the same brush. Start blending. And you can actually see how stretchy it is. Those little dots, they covered a lot. I do feel like I'm gonna need a tiny bit more, but just to get a little bit more coverage, this is perfect for something light. If you want something natural, I'm not mad at it. It gave me basically the perfect natural coverage. And look at that finish. Beautiful, luminous, hydrating, matte finish. The formula, it's really lightweight. And I also love the fact that it's talc free. I'm gonna apply a little bit more on my nose. And I'm gonna let it dry a little bit before I blend it. And I'm only doing this because of the scar that I have going on right there. And let's see if it's buildable. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more. And the shade N4 for my face, spot on. I'm not even gonna bring it down my neck. I don't have to. So this is with the shade N4 as foundation and without. I only have the color corrector right here in this side, but it looks stunning, flawless. We definitely don't need foundation. Now let me go in the other side really quick and apply the shade N4 so we can move on with the concealer. I love how beautiful it blends. See how you don't lose any of the coverage while you're blending it? That's crazy because there is some concealers that you be losing coverage while you blend it. And then now for under my eyes, I went with the shade P3, which is a light peach. Here you have the color corrector on the shade C4, and then the one in the center, it is the concealer on the shade N4 and P3. And they're definitely true to undertone. You see the neutral undertone on the shade N4, and the P3, it's peach, peach. I'm gonna apply a little bit right here. Right there. I'm gonna see if I have enough. Look at the precision. And it's still gave me enough for all this. For the other under eye, I do like to dip back in so I can get the even amount that I got in the other side. The way it glides, it's heaven. I'm gonna blend it with my Rare Beauty concealer brush, but just look at the consistency of this concealer. Look at this. Look how creamy it is. So satisfying. And it's blending perfect. I swear that I must have blended this in like 1 minute. I'm not joking. And just look at that finish. It's giving second skin, perfect luminosity, and it's gonna give you solid medium coverage for sure. And if you wanna build that up, it's gonna give you full coverage. You know what I wanna do? I still see a little bit right there. So I'm gonna apply that. That's too much actually, because this is really pigmented. Of the color corrector, and I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. I'm gonna wipe off the excess right there on my head. And I'm gonna use whatever I have left on the brush from my concealer. And I'm gonna blend it out right on top, really light. I'm barely touching my skin. So now we're gonna be setting it with my Pomegranate powder. This is the shade Light. I do see a little tiny bit of creasing going on. This is how they look before I set them. I do see a little tiny bit of creasing going on, but a little more on this one than this one. But if I blend it, it blends right in without separating or looking patchy. That's important. This one doesn't dry too fast. It's gonna give you room to play. And then let me go in with the powder. And I'm not going to apply too much. I'm literally like just dusting a little bit. And this powder, it is really light. Now we have the concealers set with powder and unset without powder. I definitely recommend you to set it. I like it more like this than unset, but don't bake. Go in for something light. Don't use any type of powder that is gonna be too heavy because you don't need it. Look how pretty and even and smooth and plump it looks with only a little bit of powder. See, it is perfectly set. And it's not creasing at all. And you can still see the nice luminosity peeking through. Even with powder, it doesn't look fully matte. My complexion is giving me a lot more than what I was expecting. The fact that we're not wearing any foundation and we only apply a little bit of concealer all over my face and it gave me this, it's a lot more than what I was expecting. This is giving me full glam, full B, and I'm loving it. Now I have to go finish up my base contour, bronzer, blush, and all that good stuff. I am gonna set this side of the face with my Givenchy powder. I'm not gonna set this side so we can see how it wears with and without powder. It is 7 in the morning. We started early today. Yes, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today yet. But of course, you're gonna be with me. We're gonna be doing check-ins throughout the day. And hopefully this wears the way it's supposed to wear because I love the way it looks right now. Just finished my makeup. Again, I'm not wearing any foundation, only this. And this is how it looks. Freshly applied. I already applied everything else on top. I contour, bronzer, blush. I did set this side of the face with my Givenchy powder, but I have no powder in this area right here because I do want to see how it wears without powder on set. And so far I do love the way it feels. It's super lightweight. It feels like second skin, comfortable. And right now it is 7:51 in the morning. We're starting early, so we see a little bit of puffiness going on, and that's because I was sleeping. My schedule was back a day. Last night we got home around 5 something in the morning from Miami, so I was like super tired. I didn't sleep that whole day, so I finished my makeup around 7 in the morning. And then I was out for a little bit and I fell asleep, and I just got up right now. It's 1 in the afternoon, so I already had the concealers on for about 6 hours, but I didn't want to touch it. Even though my face is a little puffy, I did thought about taking it off and then just like redoing everything again, but no, I think it's better for you to just see it like this, the way it is. 6 hours after I slept and everything, and this is how it looks under my eyes. Really freaking flawless. And my skin, it's totally given. This is the side that I set it with powder, and this right here have no powder. But look how finished. And I love the way it looks right here on my pore area. It's really blurring, but so far so good. I can actually believe that it still looks this good after I slept with it and everything. So right now I'm ready to go out. I have a few things to do. It's still early, so I see you in a couple of hours. Change lights. I'm in the kitchen right now because I'm not sure if you noticed it, but I did. I'm sure you did too, that I had some darkness going on under my eyes. And trust me that it's the lighting, because this concealer doesn't really show discoloration under my eyes at all. The coverage is pretty good. My eyes water right here. I don't want to touch it with my fingers. I'm gonna go fix it right now. And I also noticed that it is setting on my smile lines a little bit more than normal. So the color corrector, it did fade away a little bit, as you can see. And of course my under eyes, they're creasing a little bit more than before, but it's been crazy amount of hours. I'm back. It is 10:48 p.m. I didn't even mean for this wear test to be this long, but I finished my makeup at 7 something in the morning. I showed you the time. Then I did some stuff around the house. I fell asleep. I woke up. I went out. I did a couple of things outside. I came back. I started editing, and literally like it took me 4 hours to finish the video that I just finished editing. And the time, the whole entire day just went by super quick. It's been a long ass day, trust me, but it was meant to be. We already had the concealers and the color correctors on my face for about 15 hours. Let me bring you all up in my grill so you can see how everything looks up close for the last time. I lower my lights. You're all the way in. Excuse my eye look. But here you have the forehead, the cheek. Everything looks pretty flawless still right here. This is the side with powder. And without powder. See, it also looks beautiful. I have everything on my chin, on my nose. And then when it comes to the under eyes, yes, I definitely see some creasing going on, but it's been a lot of hours though. We basically had this concealer on the whole entire day. And to be honest with you, I'm not even mad at it. I mean, it doesn't even look that bad for the amount of hours that we had it on. And what I'm liking the most is that whatever little creases you see going on right there, they're very close to my lower lashes. Like when I open my eyes, you can't really see them that much. So it's just basically like it's accentuating my natural fine lines, and that's normal. But the concealer, it's not really separating, it's not creasing, it's not looking cakey. Like everything down here looks really smooth still. And those little creases, we can actually see if we can just fix them. And I'm using whatever shadow I had left on the brush from earlier when I did my eyes. This is after I blended it, and this is before. Let's blend this one right here that I think it was the worst looking one. You can actually even do this with your finger. Just dab, dab, dab a little bit, and that's it. How we're looking. I didn't touch up my face at all during the day. I didn't blot, I didn't powder, none of that at all. But I do want to powder my smile lines a little bit, and maybe like right here on top of my pores. Let's see if we can refresh this concealer. I want to see how it looks, and I'm just gonna pick up a little tiny bit of the same powder that I used before, the one from Givenchy, and I'm just gonna grab whatever I have right here on the cap. Let's do this size first so we can compare. Oh yes, totally. It took down the extra shine that we had. I can't believe that I wore these concealers for 15 hours and that I have no foundation. Let me start off by saying that whatever little creases you saw under my eyes, or maybe you still see, they started happening after like 8-9 hours of me wearing this concealer, because before that everything was looking stunning. I'm super happy with the shades that I picked up. The shade N4, it is the perfect shade for my face. It matches me to the T. I really love it as spot concealing or all over the face as foundation. It's super comfortable, skin-like, and I love the finish because it's not glowy, but it is luminous, leaning more towards like the hydrating matte finish. And I really love to wear those type of finishes for during the summer because they look super natural and fresh on the skin. I'm sure you heard me telling you before how much I love this concealer from Huda as spot concealing. I don't like this under my eyes, I only like it around my face, but I'm so glad that I picked up these two shades, one for my face and one for my under eyes, because as much as I love this concealer from Huda Beauty for spot concealing, I actually think that I'm loving this one more because I don't only like it for spot concealing, but I also love it all over my face as foundation. And not only that, I'm obsessed with the way it looks under my eyes. I love it as concealer. So for me to love this for spot concealing, as foundation, concealer, and of course color corrector, it's a wrap. The formula on the face, it's like something else, super blendable and so stretchy. I only applied a few dots, and those dots took me there and back and covered everything that I needed to cover on my face. This is gonna cover redness, hyperpigmentation, scars, acne, marks, your whole freaking background if you need to cover it up. And then I only picked up 2 shades really because I do like my under eye area brighter than the rest of my face, but you don't have to get 2 shades like I did. You can just go in with 1 shade that is gonna look good on your face and also on your under eyes. Of course, it's gonna look a little bit more natural, but that also looks beautiful. Like, there is gonna be times that I'm gonna be using the shade N4, the one that I use on my face, under my eyes for those days that I want more like a settle look, the makeup no makeup vibe, and stuff like that. And to be realistic with you, even the color correctors, if you go for like the lighter shades and they match your under eye area, you can also wear them as concealer. And the color corrector, baby, it's amazing. If you have a lot of hyperpigmentation, this is the one. I don't know how they do that, but some way, somehow, the formula stays exactly where you put it at. Like, if you apply a dot like I did right here on my nose, I even blended it around and on it, and the pigment stood like right there exactly on the scar where I needed it. And that's crazy because normally when you apply color corrector, you blend it. You have to be very careful with how you blend it, because if you lose pigment, it's not gonna cover up the right way. But this one is like, I don't know, like it grips into your skin. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down below the keyword hydrating skin so I know that you made it to this point. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let me know in the comment section, what do you think about these concealers? Do you like them? You don't like them? You want them? You don't? Let me know. And I love you to the moon and back. Mwah. See you on the next one.